You're listening to the We're Talking Sports podcast, hosted by Ben Burns and Richie Donnell. Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and visit our website at mysportsstop.com. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here they are, Ben Burns and Richie Donnell.
All right, everybody, welcome to We're Talking Sports. I'm here with Richie Donnell. Richie, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you, Ben?
I'm doing great because the NFL season is almost here. It's starting tomorrow. It's going to be a week away from the regular season kickoff. I can't wait. So we got a really good NFL preview episode now.
I do want to throw out there though. I hope that none of Concordia's players are listening here. But just on an interesting note, our first game is Saturday, and we play in Hancock, Michigan. And our coaches had it set up that we were actually going to be able to do our walkthrough practice at Lambeau Field.
Really?
But the bad news was that Wisconsin and LSU are somehow more important than we are. I don't understand it either. But anyway, so we're actually going to be going through Green Bay, and they are giving us a discount where everybody, the team, the coaches, everybody, gets to enjoy the Hall of Fame, the new Brett Favre wing.
Yep,
apparently
Brett Favre exhibit.
We get to see all that, and then there's a possibility they're going to let us down on the field for a team picture.
Nice.
And there's a chance that we are going to get to see the closed practice on Friday.
Wow.
But I don't know. It's still up in the air. But, yeah, I mean, that's – even though I'm not a Packers fan, I mean, that's still pretty exciting.
Now, is this going to be your first time at Lambeau?
No. Lambeau is actually the only field I've ever been to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, still, I mean, have you been to the Hall of Fame?
I have not. That I have not.
Oh, well, soak that in. It's really cool. They got a lot of cool memorabilia things. They have Vince Lombardi's office, and I believe it's his real table that was there.
Okay.
And it's kind of something cool to look at. But but that was then. Vince Lombardi was in the 60s. We're going to talk about 2016 right now. NFL preview. We're going to go division by division, team by team. And we're going to start with the AFC East. And I'm just going to start with this question, Richie. I mean, the Patriots are going to win this division, right?
I think I would think so.
Okay.
I think that Tom Brady is too good no matter how they start. I mean, they could go 0-4, and Tom Brady is good enough that they could finish 12-4.
Okay.
I mean, that's just the reality of how good Tom Brady is. But I think the team that you have to watch out for, I mean, I think heading into last year, a lot of people were on the Buffalo bandwagon. But the team you have to watch out for is the New York Jets. If anybody is going to take this division from the Patriots, it's going to be the Jets. I think they definitely exceeded expectations last year. Todd Bowles was the best hire for them. They get Ryan Fitzpatrick back, and they've now added a dynamic running back in Matt Forte that they probably haven't had since Thomas Jones last played for the Jets. So I think right now, I mean, if the Patriots are going to stumble with the absence of Tom Brady for that first 4 games, the Jets are going to be the ones that are going to need to capitalize to possibly take them over if they do not win the division.
Since Thomas Jones, I mean, Sean Green had a couple good seasons. LT, they had LaDainian Tomlinson.
But LT was already aged, and he
ran for I think close to 1,000 yards.
Yeah, to me, the last dominant back that I remember the Jets having, where I was like, okay, the Jets have just a dominant run game, was with Thomas Jones.
And just going on top of the Jets, I think Todd Bowles has done such a great job in bringing this team together and really giving them a balance of both offense and defense. I thought with the hire of Bowles, it was mostly going to be just defense, similar to it was with Rex Ryan, but with Ryan Fitzpatrick playing the way he did last year, they looked pretty good. I don't know if he's going to be playing the same now, just because he is getting up there in age, and I mean, before this season, he was a glorified backup, mostly, but I don't know. Let's talk about another team that might be on the rise is the Buffalo Bills. What do you think about them?
I think they're kind of in a weird spot. They just gave a ton of money to Tyrod Taylor, which was kind of
I think we both
random.
said that was a little weird.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, but they have the pieces in place. Obviously, as you mentioned, like with Rex Ryan when he was with the Jets. I mean, it's always defense first when it comes to the Ryans. And now with both brothers being there, I think it's definitely, you're going to see a lot of blitzing, and you're going to see just defense is what we're going to hear about. Sammy Watkins needs to stay healthy. If they can get LaShawn McCoy rolling, and just find a consistent passing game to balance that defense, I think they can be in prime position where they could fight for a playoff spot, possibly a wild card. But to me, I don't want to say that the Bills took a step back, but I think the Jets just took that much of a leap forward.
Okay, I have them going 7-9 this season, or no, I believe it was 8-8. Either one of those.
Right.
But and I think they finished 8-8 last year.
I think so.
Man, I was not happy about Tyrod Taylor getting that extension, because I don't think he is a franchise quarterback. I don't think he's a guy that you can, hang on to for several years. And I think I wrote in my preview article for the Bills, he's not a guy that you want starting a playoff game for you. So I'm a little worried about that. Then again, the Jets made it to 2 AFC Championship games with Mark Sanchez.
Right.
So, but still, I mean, you want a good quarterback.
To go off of what we were talking about with Tyrod Taylor, I think they found themselves in the weird position, because I'm going to describe it this way, similar to what a lot of the NFC North teams saw what Chicago did. So many fans in this area obviously know everything that's going on with Jay Cutler. And Jay Cutler got a ton of money, and you continually hear fans of the Packers, Minnesota, and Detroit, why do you still have Cutler? Why do you still have Cutler? Let him go, because of his attitude and whatnot. I think when Chicago gave him that deal, it wasn't necessarily because Jay Cutler was worth it, but it was the best for what they had going towards the future. Right now, Buffalo doesn't really have anything else. They had E.J. Manuel, who they could have went with, but I think with what they got and saw in Tyrod Taylor last year, with the way that he started the season, before getting hurt and missing some games, I feel that they felt that right now he's the best option. And if you don't have any quarterbacks under contract, it
was a 6-year extension, though. 6 years?
Right, yeah. No,
that's,
I agree,
to me, that's too much. Kind of similar to, Cutler got 7 years?
Cutler's was 7, but he was only guaranteed 3.
Right. Has he gotten that 3 years yet?
Yes. This is the first. So after this season is the first time that they can cut him with no penalty.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about the Bills, and I was really surprised. I guess I wasn't surprised, but they cut Carlos Williams, who had a really good rookie season, but apparently came into camp overweight. And I thought that was a really good duo between McCoy and Williams. Had a lot of potential, but now it might be Jonathan Williams, the rookie running back from Arkansas, who was also hurt last year. So we'll see how that works out. And now we're gonna go to really the bottom of the barrel, the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins. They got a new coach, Adam Gase, a guy I really like. I think you like too.
Yes, I definitely do. This guy is incredible. I wish Chicago would have hung on to him. They can't, obviously, because you can't block a guy from getting a promotion. That's just kind of something that the NFL has put in place. But I wish Chicago would have been able to hang on to him. He did wonders for our offense. He did wonders for Jay Cutler. If anybody can help Ryan Tannehill take that next level, it's this guy. Ryan Gase, was incredible in Denver with Peyton Manning. He did it with Jay Cutler. I think Ryan Tannehill is definitely going to take a step up with him, in his ear every single play.
I think Tannehill has a lot of talent, and on top of that, he's got some pretty good receivers too. Jarvis Landry, Devontae Parker had a good rookie year, and Kenny Stills. who just got hurt, but I think he'll be okay for the regular season. But a good group of receivers. Hopefully Jordan Cameron will do better at tight end. And a really interesting running back situation right now. So Lamar Miller went to the Houston Texans. They had J.E.
Yep.
But then they also just signed Arian Foster.
Right.
What do you see for the running back situation in 2016? Who's going to lead this team in rushing?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say Jay Ajayi.
Okay.
I really liked him coming out of school, and I thought that this was the perfect place for him, just because going into last season, there was so much talk about what the future was going to be for Lamar Miller. Was he going to take that next level, or was he just going to kind of be the guy who just consistently did okay? But now with Arian Foster, I believe I did just see that they're not going to play him for preseason or the rest of preseason.
Okay.
And that they're gonna go ahead with the J. And I think Arian Foster is kind of that guy who's just falling victim to the too many carries way too early in his career. As He was just kind of being pounded and pounded and pounded by the Texans. It's finally catching up to him, and his body is definitely feeling it. So I think they're gonna go for something similar to what most people would remember with the Ronnie Brown, Ricky Williams, tandem. Something similar to that, but I think Ajayi is going to be the number one back when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I drafted Ajayi in one of my leagues because I think he's going to lead this team in rushing in the long run for this season. I have a lot of doubts with Arian Foster, seeing I believe he's in his 30s now, but either way, he's been hurt so much, and I just don't trust running backs that get hurt that much and get cut by their former team and then get signed by team like the Dolphins. It's a sticky situation. And it definitely raised a few eyebrows for me at least.
Yep.
So anyways, let's talk about I mentioned the Patriots before first. Do you have anything more to go off of them? Or what do you see their chances of, because we both think they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think the big question is, how do you think they're going to do against these bigger teams, potentially, the Steelers or the Bengals?
I think it's going to be in a situation where we're going to have to see what form Tom Brady is when he comes back. They're obviously not allowing him to do anything, and he definitely is the focal point of that team. I mean, he is the guy that is the heartbeat of that team. Granted, you can name players across the board who are, equally as important, such as Rob Gronkowski, Jamie Collins on the defensive side of the ball. Rob Ninkovich is a huge loss for them. But again, it's ultimately going to come down to how can Tom Brady rebound from the suspension at his age? Is he still able to do the things that he does? If he's able to play the way that Tom Brady has done over the last, 15 years, the Patriots are going to win this division.
Okay.
Not to say that the Jets are going to collapse, but I can definitely see the Patriots winning 12 in a row if Tom Brady comes back in tip-top shape. But it's just one of those things where if he comes back and he's a little out of shape, he's a little sluggish. I mean, he's already not the best athlete, so if he's off by any little bit, that's going to be a huge, huge, huge impact on that Patriots offense.
Well, yeah, I think with New England, for me at least, I mean, it's hard for me not to put them as a lock in right now for the playoffs. So the question for me is, how well are they going to do in the playoffs? And I think a lot of that has to do with injuries. Is Rob Gronkowski going to stay healthy for 16 games? That's a huge question. What about their offensive line? Sebastian Vollmer's on the PUP list right now. So that's a little shaky right there. Go ahead.
Not only that, but I mean, also you have guys. I mean, you think about Deion Lewis and the impact that he had last year is coming off of a torn ACL. So they have guys.
And he just got hurt too. He just got hurt again.
Right, but they also have the guys coming back as well. Like you said, you have Tom Brady 4-game suspension. Deion Lewis coming off a torn ACL. You mentioned Vollmer being on the PUP list. I mean, these guys are three pieces that were very big in the Patriots season last year and need to be healthy in order for them to continue this success. I'm going to say, I mean, from this division, I will say I believe the Patriots will win the division, and the Jets are going to be a close second. But we will see Todd Bowles and the New York Jets in the playoffs this year. I firmly believe that there will be two teams from the East.
And who do you have third and fourth?
I think Adam Gase is one good offseason away from surpassing the Bills.
Okay.
Just because I think the Bills kind of just went stagnant this offseason. So I'm going to put the Bills 3, and I'm going to put the Dolphins 4. But that's definitely one with the Bills and the Dolphins that I think could easily flip-flop.
All right. Yeah, I have the same exact order as you. I think, like it came down, like with the Jets, I think it's going to come down to Week 17 for them. I can't remember who they're playing. I believe, they're playing the Bills again, Week 17. So that's going to be really, really interesting because, Rex Ryan might also be fighting for his job in that game. So.
The last game is December 5th.
December 5th?
Is that it?
No.
Trying to look it up here.
I'm almost 100% sure it's the Bills.
Okay.
So
I believe you.
Yeah.